Hey, hello, good morning. I'm here on Antwerp. That's the Antwerp Station, and I'm gonna get a train now to Paris, France. And when I'm here in this place, right, this is huge. It's a huge station. It's kind of hard to see here, but you see all those floors here. Up there, all the way up there, that's where the original station was. Right, right there you can see that's like the famous Antwerp station clock, right? That's this little part right there, right? So this whole thing here was excavated, right? So when they wanted the train to pass under the station, they have to excavate this whole thing here and build like several layers to get here to the bottom, so the trains could pass by here. And when I see something like this, I see all the engineering going on here, right? They could excavate this whole thing here without destroying that station up there, without changing things like this very old, very beautiful building upstairs, right? And they just kind of did this whole thing here. I keep thinking, can AI do that, right? Look, I'm not against AI. On the contrary, right? I think that AI is an amazing technology. I think it can be very helpful for lots of things. But this whole thing like, oh, AI is going to do everything for you, is going to solve all the problems, and you're going to think that's a tool that's been trained on text, on what was written, what was said. Do you really think that it could just kind of come here and figure this whole thing out, right? Figure this whole, it can help, of course, right? It can help the engineers, it can help the planners, it can help think about the problems, you can help identify issues, right? But it's a team of people, right, that have a lot of experience of many, many years that will have to think about all the issues, all the problems, all the difficulties to think about this, right? To think about this craziness. And it has to be someone that has to make that decision, say, look, you know what? We're gonna excavate this whole thing and we're gonna build these tunnels, right? They're supposed, the trains, in the past, the trains would stop up there. So there's like train tracks up there, and that was the end of the station, right? So they would just stop there. And now we're gonna excavate this huge network of tunnels under the city, right? Because here what we're seeing is that we're seeing a tiny little bit, just a glimpse of everything that was done to make this thing a possibility, right? And look, a tool trained on text, it's not gonna solve all the problems. You, a group of people like you, together, will have to figure it out and solve all the problems, okay? So, that's what we have to think about, right? So we have to use tools for what they are for, to help us, right? But in the end, all those decisions are gonna be you and me. They're gonna have to make, right? And this is a concrete example on a real engineering site, but your software system, it's like this. Your software system is a complex thing like this. It's just not visible, right? Because you cannot see it like that. But on a large project, those things exist, right? So when you decide to make a refactoring in a big project, that's the things you have to. You think it's something similar like this. That's why software is so complicated, because when you're doing like this, you're doing all those kind of things, but they're invisible, right? They're virtual. They are they are digital, right? And so it's harder to see. But similar things happen, similar problems exist, and you're gonna have to be involved in to make this a reality. So let's embrace the complexity. Let's embrace the courage, right, to do amazing things, because those things are possible. People do those things every single day, and we can do that too. So let's embrace that and make the world a better place. All right. So this is Bruno Souza for Code for Life, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.